Welcome lads, today we are looking at my first team of the season review. We're looking at Kareem Bellarabi, 83 weighted, 94 pace, 78 shooting, 77 passing, 87 dribbling and 68 physical. He's got 3-star weak foot, he's got 4-star skill moves. The one thing that I don't like about his stats is that he's right-footed and he's a right mid. I prefer it to be the opposite, a right mid be left-footed. A left mid, be right footed. I just think they play better like that because you can cut it and shoot. Anyways, that was the one thing I didn't like when I saw this card. I played 7 games with him. I scored 8 goals. You know, not great returns, honestly. My wingers normally are getting a lot better returns, like Hazard, Alessandri. I honestly felt that Alessandri, who's rated to 78, was a far superior player. He does have that pace and he does have that skill moves. And that's really his saving grace. He's got great work rates at medium-low. That's not an issue. His physical is decent enough. But there was just something about him I just did not like. I don't quite know what it was. I don't know if his team of season players aren't playing as well as maybe they should be. I don't know. But let's check out his in-game stats. Looking at his physical stats, he's got decent attacking positioning at 83, amazing acceleration at 92, great agility at 90, okay balance at 83, decent jumping at 82. Wow, that sprint speed at 95. That is on another level. And I think I found out what the problem is with this guy looking at his in-game stats. I think he's too sluggish. That's the problem I felt with him. And yes, that would make more sense in the way he felt to me while I was playing him. Anyways, looking at the skill stats though, he's got decent ball control at 85, great dribbling at 87, decent shot power at 88, and good short passing at 81. And decent long shooting at 83. And as I said earlier about him not being a left mid, being right footed and the opposite, I think that was the problem because he only has 3-star weak foot. So I took too many shots with his left foot which just weren't cutting it. And that's the kind of one drawback of this card. But let's just jump into the highlights and I'll show you how he did. Okay, jumping into the first game, we just wanted to get him the ball out wide, and he keeps it in pretty nicely and does a lovely little ball roll, does another little roulette, and just gets through, and he was on his right foot there. I mean, that would be a hard shot to score, honestly. To give him credit, that was definitely more difficult. Now, here's coming through, and honestly, while recording this, I thought that he was left-footed, and I was getting really frustrated, and then when I remembered that he was right-footed, started to make a lot more sense as that shot went flying wide. I mean, he is a good player. There's no denying it. Another one on his left, which I'm talking about, is when he's coming inside like that, he's positioned to shoot it with his left foot, and he just can't do that well. And that's kind of the drawback of this card. Everything else was just amazing. I mean, his pace is unreal. And he kept scoring goals like this. He kept falling down and scoring. There were a lot of chances that didn't go in, but when he did score, he seemed to fall down. It was really, really strange, as you can see here again. You know, great dribbling, great tight control, sprinting. It's not an easy skill in the best of times, but his pace, and he's got enough physical that he can get through players. I really liked his regular, gold card. I really thought it was a great card. His team of the season card, I don't know, maybe if I played more games with him. I mean, that is a great goal, honestly. That was a great goal with his left foot. He did some great tight dribbling. He'll have a moment of greatness, but he isn't a consistent moment of madness, He's sometimes good, sometimes bad, and that's kind of what I felt about this card. And for 111k, yeah, I don't know. I mean, he's in a good position there. He just bangs it in, a little tap in for him. He scored goals. As I said, he scored 8 goals in 7 games. I mean, it was a pretty good return. I was not really in trouble with this card. I definitely felt that he was kind of maybe not worth the money. I would say I'd pay 60,000 for this card. But the fact of the matter is that I paid about 30 to 50,000 for Alessandri, and Alessandri was a far superior player. And I don't know, maybe if he was left-footed, things would have gone a lot better. And as you can see here with the penalty, that was a great little bit of getting a penalty. He did get me a lot of penalties, honestly, and he kept missing them. It was really, really strange. I think he got me 4 penalties. And I think he only scored 1 of them. That hits the bar. Does have 65 penalties or something like that, so it's kind of expected. But again, he's falling down when he scores. It's that's a good finish and all, but he kept falling down. It was really weird. I was like, okay, that doesn't quite make sense, but sure, I've never actually had a player that kept falling down when he scored. His balance isn't that bad. I think it's in the 80s, so it's really kind of strange. Nice little fake shot though.
he definitely did things that I like, but he wasn't like high blast. His free kicks were okay, honestly. I had a few that got quite close. That was probably the closest one at the bar. Would have loved to have seen a goal there, but it didn't quite work out for him. But his strong point, which I've talked about before, is the pace. Everything else is not great, but the pace kills. You know, he's got that 94 pace. He's got that 95 sprint speed, 92 acceleration. And if you get it onto his right foot, he can bang on, as you can see there. It's kind of a thing of just remembering, because a lot of good right mids are left-footed. And as long as you remember that he is right-footed, I think everything will be fine. I think it's more of a learning curve to play with a player like that. For me, at least, that's how I felt about him. But as you can see here, I mean, he's just unstoppable at times. And his right foot is good, you know. Once he kicks it out on his right foot, maybe go play him on the left on 7 chem and see how that works. Maybe I'll give that a try. Anyways, that's the end of this video. Make sure you smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, drop a comment, and I'll see you guys next time. Also follow me on Twitter @FIFA Wisdom. Bye bye.